Here is the Jonathan Majors video at the light. So this is them right here. All right, so right there. I'm not making fun of a victim or anything, but so Jonathan Majors, he got out the vehicle. Grace got out as well. He picks her up to put her back inside. Boom, she hits her head on top of the vehicle. That right there is misdemeanor assault. And then what happens inside the back of the vehicle is more assaulting of her. Whereas with her, she's a dancer. She gets back out. She's fussing with him. You saw the same video I saw where dude assaulted her. Okay, we all saw the same thing. If we all saw the same thing, what's Dr. Umar talking about?
They snow bunnied our brother Jonathan Majors. They snow bunnied our brother Jonathan Majors.
Number one, Jonathan Majors chose Grace. Let's break it down. Jonathan Majors was in the film Ant-Man and the Wasp. He played Kang the Conqueror, okay? That is where he met Grace Jabari. Grace Jabari's career has not been near as close to Jonathan Majors. Grace has been in A Christmas Carol that none of you all saw or heard of. We'll say none of you all saw. She was in Ant-Man and the Wasp as a movement coach. She was in Barbie, the Barbie movie, as a dancer. She was in Mission Impossible as a dancer. She was in the Cry, 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 a Coldplay music video. That's Grace Jabari. For someone like Jonathan Majors to get with Grace Jabari, we know that Jonathan Majors, he's on the top of the food. Well, he was at the top of the food chain, whereas Grace was nowhere at the top of the bottom. So Jonathan Majors got with her for whatever reason, probably because she is a snow bunny. You know, I guess he wanted his proximity to whiteness. I don't know. For whatever reason, he's dealing with Grace. The way he was talking to Grace on the audio that was played, Jonathan Majors was big timing Grace. And what I mean is he was doing the big me, little you. He was telling Grace that he's a great man. He's done a lot of things for the culture. He basically was talking down to her, doing the big me, little you. I'm the big fish, you're the small fish. And Grace was cool with it because she saw Jonathan Majors as her ticket to the top. He could help her in her career, whereas Jonathan saw Grace as a possession, a side piece, someone that looks good for him to have on his arm when he goes to different places. And because Grace is a woman of no color, she's going to open doors for him and be a conversational starter as his possession. But then Grace, in hearing the abuse and allegedly being a party girl and a drinker, she found out that Jonathan Majors was two-timing her with Megan Good. Okay, Megan Good stopped bleaching her skin. She was helping Jonathan Majors cheat on, no diss to Megan Good. She divorced Devin Franklin. He's a producer, author, a motivational speaker. And she went back to the streets and started dealing with bad boys. It wasn't working out for her. Her career wasn't working out for her. The skin bleaching wasn't working out for her. She's like, okay, I need to get with someone who's a big fish in the industry. Jonathan Majors is on the way up. He and I will link up. We'll be good. But guess what? Jonathan Majors got arrested for DV. And she was like, okay, you know what? He's going to go through this. He'll be fine. I'll be holding his hand every day during trial. And when he gets a not guilty, he and I are going to ride off into the sunset. We'll be good. Now, the fact that Megan Good saw that Grace Jabari was granted a protection order against Jonathan Majors, and she saw the same evidence that we were seeing in real time during the trial, the fact that she didn't pack up and leave, and she stayed till the very end, knowing that she saw the same video we just saw. She was believing that I will be rewarded for being a mammy.
What's up, DC? Hey! We're just so happy to be here with y'all tonight, celebrating us, celebrating the moves we're making, celebrating the way we love and support each other, the way that we shift the world. Let's enjoy ourselves. So many beautiful black faces. I love us, y'all. We are so beautiful. That's all I got. I'm just happy to be here, and I love y'all. So, baby, you want to say anything? I put you on the spot.
Y'all heard the missus, so that's what it is.
I'm climbing up Mammy Mountain where I can save him. I'm climbing up Mammy Mountain so he can cheat on me. I don't mind if he calls me trash. He can even beat me. I'm climbing Mammy Mountain, Mammy Mountain. I'm a big mammy. He can cheat on me. He can beat me. I'm sad.
Yeah, so during the court trial, there's a video of Jonathan Majors yelling at Grace, describing himself as a great man, comparing himself to Martin Luther King Jr. and Barack Obama, and demanding she act like Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama. So basically, he was big timing her. Big me, little you. A judge allowed the key evidence to be released to the public, which we just saw. And Megan Good sat there, silent, seeing what we saw, and then was surprised and cried out when Jonathan Majors was found guilty of one count of reckless assault in third degree and a charge of harassment as a violation.
These nuts.
But I mean, he was doing stuff like that and more from what we saw in the video. You can't be surprised. What is Dr. Umar talking about that he was Snow Bunny? No. Jonathan Majors, he picked Grace. He should have picked better. He should not have been abusive. He shouldn't have been trying to big time somebody because he's lost everything. Marvel has dropped him. Other projects that he was a part of have dropped him. I think he will be able to find work, but he's going to now be forced to do black movies.
Your team sucks.
And the reason why I say that as negative is that Jonathan Majors was on the rise in Hollywood, and he was in movies that you normally don't become a part of unless you're on the in crowd. He had just became on the in crowd. He's going to have to start doing Tyler Perry movies. Tyler Perry movies make $1 billion. But like Taraji P. Henson said, and a lot of other people have said, a lot of movies like that, they don't pay well. They don't pay well, you don't go far. So don't be surprised if you see Jonathan Majors as a slave somewhere like Will Smith had to be in Emancipation. Don't be surprised if you see Jonathan Majors playing a drug dealer. Those roles are considered quote unquote black roles. Don't be surprised if you see him do that stuff in the future, trying to claw his way back. And I doubt that he's going to be getting his way back. I just really doubt it. And it's unfortunate because, well, he thought he was untouchable. And then he got touched.
What? What the fuck?
He snow bunnied our brother Jonathan Majors.
Wow.
I just heard that the U.S. military dropped a series of ads that Jonathan Majors was in promoting their new recruiting campaign.
Yeah, why wouldn't they?
So the military dropped his ads.
Yeah, I mean, domestic violence. Nobody wants to be associated with domestic violence.
I think they're going to try to destroy the brother. Now, I don't condone.
He basically destroyed himself.
Bunny hopping. Those of you who know me know I absolutely do not condone bunny hopping. Black men have no business.
So you don't bunny hop, but you're hopping around, running through black women. That's cool. Running through black women and taking everybody's money for donations and having nothing to show for it. That's cool. We cool on that. As long as you're doing black women wrong. Okay. 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 Wow. Okay.
Have absolutely no business with snow bunnies. Absolutely no business dating outside the race. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But be that.
It's too late for that. Jonathan Majors already dated outside his race. He was already abusive. The damage has been done. I think the better thing to be or to say would be don't be abusive. Just don't big time people. Treat people with respect. If he was really with making good, he should have broke up with Jabari, had a heart to heart with her, an honest conversation, let her know exactly what was going on, and then removed himself from her. No. Jonathan Major's issue was the fact that he was trying to monkey branch. He was cheating. He did not want to properly break up with Grace because he felt like Grace was less than.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he felt that Grace was beneath him and he didn't have to do her right. He could just two-time her. And then when Grace found out that she was being two-timed, she was upset, of course, because she took his abuse. She took his drama. She took all that, thinking that she was going to ride to the top with him, only to find out that she was nothing more than a plaything and a placeholder. And that's why she was upset. So really, it should be about treating people right instead of trying to screw people over, and you won't have to worry about them retaliating.
As it may, an attack on one black man is an attack on all black men. An attack on one black man is an attack.
So basically, what Dr. Umar is saying is that it's okay for black men to be abusive. Because y'all saw the same video I saw. In court, it was put out there that he was cheating on Grace with making good. We're going to skip over the details and say that, he's under attack. Dr. Umar is basically saying that it's okay to abuse, it's okay to lie, it's okay to cheat.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Attack on all black men. An attack on one black man is an attack on all black men.
So now he basically is doing the dog whistle because he wants us to march. No. Jonathan Majors made bad decisions. He made bad choices, and he's getting what he gets.
And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey.
My brothers, we can't make it this easy. I'm not saying black women are not guilty of the same behavior. I'm not saying that. But what I do know is black women are least likely to want to see a black man destroyed the way in which these.
Wow. So black women who have called the cops on a black man, we've heard that thousands of times on the internet. Black women not doing that anymore. Wow. Yeah, so a lot of dudes talking about they were put on child support. The cops were called on them. I don't know. It just seems like the common denominator, fellas, is us. We got to learn to walk away. We got to learn to set healthy boundaries. We got to learn to pick better. We got to learn to not be with people who are toxic. Because if Jonathan Majors would have properly broken up with Grace and waited to come out with making good, he would have not had these problems. But the thing is he felt like he could do whatever he wanted to do, big me, little you. And the takeaway should be, if you're going to end a relationship, let the person have time to process it. And then in time, move on or in time reveal that you have a new person. It's better to do that than to tell half-truths, lies, and misleading information.
Snow bunnies have been destroying successful black men. Yes, there's black women capable of the same behavior, but
doing the same behavior. What are you talking about?
On average, in general, black women, most decent black women, don't want to see black men humbled this way. Now, they say that the snow bunny went to the hospital for some minor scars or blemishes. Now, Jonathan Majors is a pretty athletic brother, works out, very strong. If he choked out a snow bunny, I'm pretty sure the evidence would be obvious. Pale.
So hitting her head on top of the vehicle, roughing her up in the back seat of the vehicle, we're going to ignore that. Nothing to see here. That's the problem. What Dr. Umar Johnson is saying is that it's okay for assault if it's quote unquote little stuff. If it's minor injuries, if it's little, not that bad, just a little bit of blood, then Grace should just take it and walk away. What Dr. Umar Johnson is basically saying is that if Grace were a black woman, not only could you have roughed her up and beat her up, but she wouldn't have said anything, because he wants black women to continue to be mules and mammies.
I'm climbing up Mammy Mountain where I can save him. I'm sad.
Right. Assault is assault. Point blank, period. Assault is assault. And just saying that, oh, if you were a black woman, it would have been okay to beat up on her. She wouldn't have went to the cops, which is basically what Dr. Umar is saying. That's the wrong answer. So he's giving the dog whistle that the mules and the mammies of the black community would have taken this on the chin. So if you're wanting to beat up on someone and not lose your livelihood, then pick a black woman to beat up on. As opposed to seeing what we saw with him picking Grace up, putting her in the vehicle, hitting her head on top of the vehicle, and then putting her in the back seat, roughing her up. And then when he walks away, she goes and walks with him to talk to him, and he takes off running. And that was the night that Grace found out that he was cheating on her with Megan Good. So Dr. Umar is basically ignoring all that and saying, get with a black woman, they can take a licking and keep on ticking.
Unfrickin' believable.
Pale people bruise easily. Pale people bruise easily.
So basically he's saying that black women don't bruise easily. So if you beat up on them, then you'll be good. Now, I know y'all are saying, nah. That's not what he's saying. Nah. If you get with a black woman, you'll have a better situation. She won't be crazy. Nah. Black women can take it. Nah. Black women are good. They're used to being mules and mammies. They not mules and mammies anymore. Nah. Get with her. She can take one on the chin. Nah. Black women are masculine. Nah. Batman. Yeah, y'all, nah, Batman people talking about we all got to stick together, get with a black woman because she wouldn't have went to the police. She wouldn't have went to the hospital for some minor stuff. She would have played her role in The Color Purple 2023. And I'm disgusted by this. I'm disappointed in Dr. Umar for even coming at it from this angle. I understand what he's trying to do, but it just seems like what he's really doing is dog whistling that if you are someone that has to put your hands on a woman, get a black woman.
What you do, dumbass?
Pale people bruise easily. So if Jonathan Major smacked this woman up, gripped her up, choked her up, as alleged, she should have purple bruises, red bruises, hand marks, finger marks.
Wow. So now we are victim blaming. Wow, wow, wow.
And just get laughed at publicly. I did not deserve to just get my stream just ended. Just leave it.
Pale people bruise easily. So if they're saying that there's hardly any bruises,
hardly any bruises, but there are bruises, sir. There are bruises, and we saw him ram her head into the top of the vehicle.
Bruises, then no way in hell am I inclined to believe that this brother is guilty of these allegations. But in the Me Too era, in the Me Too era, where white supremacy wears one of its favorite disguises.
Wow. So let me get this straight. So a woman who comes forward and says, this thing happened to me, that somebody did something to me, this is white supremacy. I mean, Jonathan Majors was found guilty of 1 count of reckless assault in the 3rd degree and a charge of harassment as a violation. His sentence will be February 6th. He may do a year in jail. So him putting his hands and paws on somebody, this is white supremacy.
Don't make me laugh.
Which is feminism. In the Me Too era, where white supremacy wears one of its favorite disguises, which is feminism.
What does him assaulting her have to do with white supremacy? Because he's black. Feminism. Like, Dr. Umar Johnson is deflecting all over the place. Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Try, convict, and sentence black men in the court of public opinion. Jonathan Majors has already been lynched in the court of public opinion. Why did the military cancel his ad campaign?
Because he was found guilty of assault and domestic violence. That is why. The military has enough problems of people in uniforms doing that stuff, but not supporting someone not in uniform doing that stuff. What the hell? Yeah. Military cut their ties. You should cut your ties too, sir.
Campaign. Same thing happened with Michael Irvin. Now, Michael Irvin, yes, he's a...
Oh, man, this dude finna deflect all over the place. He's gonna deflect all over the place. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Basically, what Dr. Umar is saying is that Jonathan Majors is guilty of dating a white woman. That's really what he's saying, because he hasn't addressed the video or the text messages or the recording. Jonathan Majors is guilty of being with a white woman, because if he had did this to a black woman and served some time, he wouldn't have made no video. Or if he would have did it to a black woman and Jonathan Majors didn't do any time, he wouldn't have made a video. Jonathan Majors in Dr. Umar Johnson's eyes is really guilty of being with a white woman. And that's the problem with the pro-blacks. The pro-blacks are cool with everything except for dating outside your race. You could be on fuckery. You could be on hoe stuff. You could be on nonsense. You could be selling drugs, unaliving people. You could be doing the most to harm black people. They're cool with it. But then when you do it to a white person and you get the consequences of your actions, now all of a sudden, here they come ringing the alarm. Yeah. Yep, he's saying if you would have got with a black woman, you would have got away with it. So date the black women. They're masculine. They're punching bags, so on and so forth. And please believe that if for whatever reason he can't open up his school, guess who he's going to blame? He's going to blame a black woman because he knows that he can get away with it because black women by the pro-blacks are seen as punching bags, mules, and mammies.
Bothers me the most about the Jonathan Majors situation, totally preventable.
Yeah, by keeping your hands and paws to yourself.
Totally preventable.
Yep.
Totally preventable.
Yes.
Snow bunny hunting is the most dangerous form of hunting you can do in the United States of America. A man
committing domestic violence or putting hands and paws on a woman is the most dangerous thing you could do in America.
Black man. It is more dangerous to hunt for a snow bunny than it is to hunt for a lion, a tiger, a bear.
So in other words, he's saying that black women are easier to hunt for than other women because you can get away with stuff. Wow.
The most dangerous form of hunting for the black men in America is snow bunny hunting. Michael Irvin didn't do nothing but have a conversation. But why did you need a conversation with the bunny? Jonathan Majors, from what I understand, allegedly he was driving in a cab. But why were you with the snow bunny in the first place? Y'all know these white women are only considering you because you have something to offer them. That is it. You are a fetish at best for the Caucasian female. You are a fetish at best for the Caucasian female. You are a fetish at best for the Caucasian female. See, the white woman who dates the black man is like the white teenager who listens to gangster rap and wears his pants sagging. It's just a stage in their development. It's just a stage in their development. It's just a season in their lifetime. That's all it is. It's a season in their lifetime.
What he's saying could be so. It could be so. I mean, Grace is 31. She could still be developing. But the problem is that Jonathan Majors is guilty. He did it. Everything you're saying does make sense. It is so. I don't disagree. But the issue is that you're juxtaposing this idea you're presenting, trying to make Jonathan Majors guilty, not because he assaulted a woman, but because he assaulted a white woman, and it should have been a black woman. Wow. 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 And that's the problem with the pro-blacks. They're focused on the wrong stuff. They say the right thing at the wrong time, and they end up doing more harm than good.
And would you like to say anything on Miss Major's behalf?
This is America.
This is America. So basically, if we were in a country in the continent of Africa or Jamaica, anywhere in the Caribbean, if you would have did this, you would have got away with it because it's easier to do bad stuff to black women because you get away with it than any other woman. Yep, that's what they're saying. This is America. In America, you can't put your hands and paws on women. That's a bad thing. You go somewhere else, you could do it. And if she's a dark-skinned black woman, not only can you do it, but you can get away with it. Horrible, horrible. Well, so what do you think?
Wow.
What do you think? Let me know in the comment section your thoughts. Thumbs up the video, share your social media, subscribe, click the notification bell. My name is Spade. Thanks for watching. Go forth, do great things, and I'm out. Peace.